So let me start presenting the Swiss AI Center, which is different to the AI Center of EPFL. Actually, the SME is really the most important word in this center. So it's a Swiss AI Center for SMEs. And so I will present why we do that, who we are, what we do, and how we are organized. And then I will leave the floor to my colleague Sébastien, showing some examples of concrete stuff that we do for SMEs, and one of the things is rapid prototyping of AI services. And regarding this rapid prototyping, we will have also two presentations related to that after in the panel. So we are from the University of Applied Science, HESSO in French. So Western Switzerland, so it's covering, what we do covers basically all the engineering schools located in Geneva, Neuchâtel, Yverdon, Sion, Fribourg. The only one we don't have is Changin, but they are doing wine, so it's engineering for wine, so it's a bit, but we are trying to do AI for them as well. So, okay, let's start. So why SME in Switzerland? It's 3 million jobs. Right, it's 2/3 of the active population, so it's huge. Everybody speaks about startup doing AI and so on. Everybody speaks about big companies adopting AI. Of course, they have the mean, the capacity, and they see all the benefits. But what about the bulk of the active population, which is represented by SMEs? So it's about 600K enterprise that give a sense of how many people on average are in each of these SMEs. And they have many use cases, right? They want to better handle the sales and their marketing operation. They want to be more efficient, to have more time. This is the essence of SME, more time to spend with clients, and maybe AI can help for that. AI could maybe help them to better taking decision, to do anomaly detection in their flow, in their data, in everything. So there are a lot of opportunities, because why? Because AI is really working nowadays. So we should be convinced of that looking at this conference. And there is a kind of democratization of AI, so it's getting cheaper as well. But the pain for SME is the lack of knowledge, the cost of adoption, of course. Maybe they don't have access to expertise, and through the center we put together, we really want to bring the expertise to them. They have privacy concern, data privacy concern, and sustainability of AI, maybe not in the sense of energy consumption, but sustainability, because AI per nature needs to be retrained every so and so, because the performance are going to be better with your data. Maybe as a teaser, I can show you this. So last August, I was in San Francisco, and I was at the corner of a street. I was for a conference on document analysis and AI, but the thing I was the most impressed was not the thing in the conference. That was this car. And if you look carefully, yeah, there is no driver. And then when you see something like that, I was at the corner of the street, and huge traffic condition, and a car without any driver passing. And then from a social perspective, you start to think, okay, what are we going to do with these kind of things? And maybe another quotation on the right: AI won't replace humans, but humans with AI will replace humans without AI. And I think this is the essence of what we want to do for SMEs. It's maybe not doing artificial intelligence for artificial intelligence, but maybe doing AI for augmented intelligence. So we like to play with the meaning of the A. We want to improve the capacities, especially of the SMEs and of the active population in Switzerland. Okay, so who are we? So we are a bunch of, it's a kind of large team. We are about 18 researchers, engineers in AI from 7 cantons, 5 engineering schools, 2 business management schools as well have joined the initiative, and maybe it's going to grow. And it's not only us, right? We give a kind of entry point to SMEs for accessing 150 plus AI engineer and researcher. We don't do fundamental research as the EPFL is doing. We do applied research, so we really bring AI up to production in concrete situation. So later in the panel, you will see maybe some member of the team, but as you can see, we represent all the schools and cantons. I will not go through. Atem presented some of us before. So what is the mission of the center? The mission is to accelerate the adoption of AI in the digital transition of Swiss SMEs. So this is our core mission, and what we do that to actually to bridge the gap between the research and SMEs on one side, so going out of our labs towards real concrete use case of SMEs. And on the side of SMEs, they also need to do something, but with our help maybe, is to boost AI, instill a data mindset, which often they don't have. And then we kind of bring all this together to ramp up the adoption of AI in their business. And it's quite difficult because it can be everything, right? I will show you later on. We have an industrial committee with business from all over the place, in the health industry, in the real estate. All the business are concerned by this. So concrete stuff we do, the first thing is applied research. So we build technologies, for example, rapid prototyping of AI. We will show you what we mean by that in a few minutes. But not only that, data cleaning tools, data preparation, and we will continue. We still have 2.5 years in front of us to go towards accreditation, automated tools to detect bias and stuff like that. Services for SMEs, so we try to crystallize methodologies based on what we hear from the SMEs, and maybe do a kind of mapping, a cartography of needs towards use case. And then the last thing is to develop the center. We hope the center will survive the 4 years of activity we have in front of us, and then give this access and bridge between the researcher, the AI engineers of our school, and the industries. Okay, how we are organized? We have a steering board. So I'm actually animating this board with a couple of colleagues from the different schools I mentioned. We have on every site, we have local teams, and these local teams act as entry points to other local teams. So what it means is that, for example, if a company from Geneva approach me, for example, because it's my name in the first contact, I will redirect to Geneva, and Geneva will take, so that people have local expertise. If people they can reach like 10 kilometers from where they are. And then what we do, we have an industrial board as well. The first year we said, okay, if we have 10 members, it's good. But then we were kind of lucky. So many industries were interested, and it's still open if you want. So now we have about 30 members, all industries represented. And then what they do, they work in the context of workshops. So we ask them questions through seminars, like for example today. And then they take part to dedicated activities. So for example, the working group 1 works on methodologies for coaching AI adoption in SME. So kind of roadmap, what in which stage is the SME? Okay, I'm in this stage, so I should do this and this and this, and here are the players if I want to get help to do that. Working group which did not started yet on ethics, privacy and law. And then organization of networking. It's also a networking activity that we amplify through the center. So we have 4 years. We are in the second year. I'm not going into the detail of that, but we organize our activities into building AI tools dedicated for SMEs, services. I will show you. We will talk about some example through the check. So. All the companies can come to us and trigger some check, which is a win-win situation, partially paid but partially done by us through the project. And then the development of the center. And then we have a kind of roadmap like that. But I think you can have a look at the slides for maybe for the details later on. So I will pass the floor to my colleague Sébastien, who knows better than me what the technological sides of all this.
Yes, thank you, Jean. So good afternoon, everyone. So I'm also a professor of computer science with Jean in Fribourg, and the one limitation we found for SMEs, surprisingly, for AI in SMEs, surprisingly, is more operations. So sometimes maybe they have the luck to work with a student or somebody to make a model or make the first step of doing AI, and that works. But then the question is, how can I use that on a daily basis in my company? And we figured that was the source of a lot of problems. So when the center started, we said we probably need to create a tool that shows that it's also possible to make things in operation. And also we can use this tool to make demonstrations and showcase prototypes. So this is why we ended up realizing what we kind of simply called Core Engine. So maybe it would be time now to think of a better name, because it's kind of a bit dry. But okay, but so this is what we have. So we have this Core Engine, and the idea is that here, okay, we want to make a modern development. So we have edge infrastructure, cloud infrastructure. So I believe we are cloud native. And nowadays, everything is with CI/CD tools, because this is the way people want to work now in production with companies. And it uses Kubernetes. So we really try to use the most advanced, well, the practice of software development that we see in companies and put AI on top of it. And so we realized this system, it's a sort of a function as a service, essentially, but we created ourselves. And so we can deploy AI functions on this Core Engine. And then people can call these functions and have their AI deployed. And with that, we take all the burden of maintaining all these tools. So we take, for now, we take the burden of maintaining the infrastructure, the CI/CD, the Kubernetes, and all the different technologies that is not exactly AI, but that you actually need to know a bit if you really want to put AI in operation in your company. And so you have here this AI app. So anything can be an AI app. And then on the top right, you see here what we call the composition. So this is also something, once you have defined a function in this Core Engine, you can compose them and get a more advanced data pipeline. So there is actually, I was expecting to be able to make a live demo here, but apparently EPFL is very old-fashioned with a very strict thing. So we have no rights to pierce links. So, but hopefully this video will work. Yeah. So this is we can provide the link after, and you have a few explanations. Here you see this is the marketplace. We call it the marketplace. So every service, AI service, can be a little case. Some of them are nothing to do with AI, and some do. And here we have what we call composition services. So it's called a pipeline. In the demo here, we take a picture. And what we will run here is first a face detection. So this is an actual AI model that will detect faces. And then there is a second model that is just image processing, and that will blur the faces detected by AI. And if you download the picture, you'll see the result. So it's rather simple, but it helps us a lot to explain to people what we can do. It's actually, okay, take your own picture, take a picture of yourself with a mobile phone, and then go on this website and put your photo yourself, and you'll see it works and it can be done. And so it makes it very more concrete And this is where we start thinking, okay, what do you think we can do with AI in your company that would be a little bit the same idea as this? So just for the demonstration, and yeah, it's a very useful tool. Okay, we also have defined some workshops, so standardized workshops. So right now we have 3 standard training workshop available. One is a half-day first step in AI for really newcomers, people that, so probably not the people in this room, I guess. Then we have a 1-day deep dive in AI, so where the morning is a little bit like a refresh of the first steps, but then in the afternoon we extend the principles, also always with the focus of how can it be applied to your use case in an SME. And then we have the most advanced workshop is the MLOps. So here we go into all the operational problems, CI/CD, automatization, production constraints. So this is also, we have a workshop for that. And right now I discovered that we put a prize on that, which we haven't a couple of days ago. We also have a conference, so we have, now we just done the 2nd year, which was very successful, well, at our scale, but we had attracted 200 and more people, both in Lausanne and Sion. Next year, it's going to be in February again, and it's probably be Lausanne and Geneva. We had really a lot of people interested, people asking, okay, this is cool, how can I get it in my company? And this leads me to the last slide. So we had actually in February a person that said, okay, this demo, we made the demo with LLMs, and I said, oh, this is great, and I see immediately how I can use it in my company. So we had a discussion after the talk, and right now, almost less than a month after, we are already working with this company through this check. The check is a package of 300 hours. 100 hours is paid by the company, 200 hours is on the center. And we use this time to see how we can make the first step towards putting AI in the SME and solving some of the pain identified. So this is really, we had this workshop a month ago, and right now we are already trying to find an application with the tools we have. So if somebody in the room is interested in doing such checks, please contact us, and it's a very good tool for us to apply our science and for SMEs to get started with AI. Thank you.
Thank you very much.